What is up, Jim Rockos? What is up, YouTube? What is up, InstaFam? All right, please let me know if you can hear me because I actually just went live on my fitness coaching and no one could hear me on YouTube. So let me know. What is up, you guys? What are you doing on Saturday? Who's here watching? All right, so I have my tea here. It's got ginger and lemon and some honey. Great, my cat wants to go out. What is up, y'all? So I'm here to answer some questions and just hang out with you guys, just chill. I don't think I've ever done this on Instagram. So what up, Instagram? All right, let's get to the questions. We've got some cool questions. And if you have any more questions that you did not get a chance to ask me, just drop them somewhere in the comments on YouTube or on Instagram, wherever. All right, so Blue Razor, Kyle Plant, who has been a subscriber forever. All good. Okay, looks like I have sound. Has asked me the question, what are some tips you would give someone who is looking to ramp up their gym regimen? And what new bands in the last year or so are you excited to hear more about? Okay, so let's attack that first question. Some tips you would give someone who's looking to ramp up their gym regimen. So it really depends on your starting point, where you are right now. Like, if you are starting from scratch, all you need to do is just take 1 or 2 extra steps, okay, new steps. So for me, it's like right now, if I'm doing 4 workouts a week, my next step would be 5 workouts a week. Or if I'm doing 7,000 steps, then I would increase that to 8,000 steps, right? So the problem is that people want to add too many things to their gym regimen or whatever plan they're doing, and then they end up getting really overwhelmed and giving up. So just choose 1 or 2 things that you can do differently. And for me, actually, now I'm doing 5 workouts a week. I do 10,000 steps. And the big change I made, I would say, over the last year is like pushing closer to failure. So pushing to a point where I can't lift anymore. So that has been instrumental in my transformation, I would say. What new bands in the last year or so are you excited to hear more about? So honestly, I have not discovered any new bands, but if you're asking me about bands that I have just like, not, I don't know of any new bands, but bands that I have just discovered, I would say Spotify has been throwing me I Prevail, Orbit Culture, and Whitechapel, and also Lost Society. So I'm really liking those bands. They're very interesting. So yeah, those are the new bands that I have been listening to at the gym, especially Orbit Culture at the gym. That one's very cool. What is up, you guys? Oh my God, so many of you here. What's up? What is up? All right, so on YouTube, we've got Larry Singh. How's your day going? Happy Saturday. Hope you're having fun. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, love and happiness from Colorado. We've got someone from America. What's up, Aldo? All right, next question. How do you get so many interviews with some of the band members that you interviewed? Do you get nervous and excited about the person you are interviewing? All right, so this is not the first time I've been asked this question. You guys, I have no contacts in the music scene. I literally started like from fucking scratch, okay? I had to Google every which way to find out how to get in touch with these artists. So whether it was email or Instagram or like whatever it is, I just freaking bombarded them on every platform. And it's very hard with some artists who I have to go through labels and managers, because like the artists themselves are very happy to do the interviews, but it's, you know, it's the managers and the schedulers and fuck knows what. And that's where I hit fucking walls. But I'll be honest with you guys, I'm just very relentless, okay? I'm very persistent and I'm very aggressive. Some of the artists that you see on my interviews now, I have been chasing for over 2 fucking years. Okay, I do not give up. So I've also had some artists who follow me on Instagram and I'll just straight away fucking attack. Okay. I straight away ask them to get on interviews. So that's how I've got all those amazing artists on my interviews. So I'm not lucky. I'm just persistent. And if the opportunity comes up, I'm very grateful. All right. So I know some people are like scared of looking stupid. And I have actually had a no from two artists. Two artists just straight away said no to me, but everyone else is like said yes, very cool concept, we love it, or they've just not responded, which I understand. I have to go through labels and managers. So if any of you have contacts in the music scene, I will tell you, I made a post on all the artists that I really, really want to interview, and the big one is Zach Wild. Okay, so if any of you know how to get in touch with Zach Wild and also Chris Broderick, fuck, it's been forever. I'm trying to get those two in an interview. Put in a good word for me, okay? What's up, Instagram? You guys are going crazy, man. All right, next question. Do you get nervous and excited about the person you are interviewing? So, yes, okay, and this is probably TMI, but fuck it, I'm going to share it with you guys. So, before every interview, my stomach gets really weird. Okay, and I have to, I can't believe I'm saying this live, but I have to go to the bathroom like every few minutes. I get really, really nervous, very nervous. And like my partner also makes fun of me because his family has a dog. They have a dog called Scooby. And every time we take Scooby out to a new place for a walk, he gets really nervous and then he just starts shitting, okay, everywhere. So every time I have an interview, especially if it's like a big artist, my stomach is really weird and my partner's like, are you doing a nervous Scooby? So yeah. The other thing that I do before every interview is like I get like my heart is really racing. So I sit down for like a minute, I close my eyes and I just take really deep breaths. I know it sounds very cliched, but I do that. And I also say a little prayer. I'm not religious, but I do believe that there is a higher power. Okay, so I just kind of leave everything and to go to the universe, and that's it. But the good part is that as soon as I start the fucking interview, like these artists, all of them are so chill. It's like I'm talking to a friend and I just forget all the nervousness. It's all gone. So I really have a good time with them. They're so cool. What is up, y'all? Jimmy! Jimmy's late, but hi. Hi, Jimmy. All right, let's see. What is the next question? What made you start this channel? It's a great idea. I agree. I'm starting a band soon and I'm into fitness as a bodybuilder. And metal has been my love forever, but so good to work out too. I agree. And to add to the other person's question, how do you even approach bands for interviews? Also, you are stunning. Thank you. And your interviews are really fun and insightful. Love that. So first off, congratulations on your band. I would love to support you. So let me know what the name of your band is. I love seeing people who are into bodybuilding and metal. You are my freaking person. So yeah, with bands. Oh, one more thing. The artists that I have interviewed, I use them as leverage to get the next interview. So now I have more credibility now, right? Because I have some big names in there. So brand association, you guys. People see that I've interviewed Alex Terrible and Anita Strauss, and then they're just more likely to give me an interview, right? So it just kind of builds momentum. Also, thank you for the kind words. I am glad you're enjoying my interviews. Okay, Shannon. What's up, Instagram? Marco. What is the main purpose that you would like to see in regards to your YouTube channel and your fans across the earth? And then he adds another question. Your platform is working. You're clearly successful. I was merely curious as to what impacts you the most in regards to your channel and all of your fans. Oh, these are some deep questions. So the channel is working, but I do not see it as successful yet It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, right? So, what impacts me the most, I would say, it's just inspiring artists and metalheads to actually change their lifestyle and their habits so that they can be healthier. I want people, I want to put out more good into the world, and I want people to put out their best selves as well. So, some of you know I lost my dad to alcohol addiction. Okay, he wasn't a musician, but he was a fucking rock star. And we've lost so much talent already, right, due to unhealthy lifestyle. So I want to change that. So if I can change even one person's life or inspire someone to do, to ditch the excessive drinking or drugs or whatever it is, then my job is done. My only constraint is time, okay, because I'm also a fitness coach. I also run a completely other brand, like a fitness brand, and I also have a 10-year-old child. So it's a lot to juggle, okay, but I'm trying to get everything done. And it would be like really cool if I could outsource some of the editing, because that shit takes me fucking hours. I'm a one-man show. I get everything done by myself. I do have my partner who helps when things get fucked up, with the sound or whatever. But for the most part, I'm running this by myself, and that's why I appreciate my 5 Patreon supporters. Thank you, you guys, for believing in my channel and just helping me, do more with this. So, shameless plug. Okay, if you want to be part of this movement, Patreon is where you can support me. All right, let's go to Jimmy. Hello, YouTube. You good news for this 2026? Oh yeah. Where have you been? I've been right here, but I've just been juggling a lot of things. Okay, planning to attend any of the biggest metal festivals, I'm guessing, this year. So I'm not really keen on festivals. I feel like the smaller venues are so much better where I can meet the artists and talk to them. Festivals, it's like they have like a shorter like run on stage as well. And I don't know, man. And 3 days, fuck, I don't know. I really prefer the one-offs, to be honest. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. What was the craziest thing you've ever experienced at a concert, and which live concert is your all-time best show? And then Jimmy says, Happy New Year, Ramona. So the answer to both these is Steel fucking Panther. Okay, so I watched them live for the first time in 2024. And they are absolutely freaking insane on stage. Okay, the energy, the interaction, they're freaking awesome. And the craziest thing is, I went up on stage because they always call the girls up on stage to rock out, and I did not want to go. If you don't know, I'm actually a very shy person, and I am a total introvert, and I'm a really bad dancer. Okay, so that was like, my partner was literally in tears. Okay, because he's always been a huge Steel Panther fan, and he was like, please go on stage. And I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going up, okay, because I'm really shy. So looking at him, almost in tears, there was this girl who was standing in front of me, and I was like, okay, so if she says yes, then I will, try to get her to go with me on stage. And I was like, hey, both of us go on stage together. And she went, no. And I was like, fuck. So anyway, I just grew some balls. Okay, I grew some balls, and I fucking went up on stage. And I went and hid behind Satchel. And I did some weird dance moves there, because like I don't know how to fucking dance, okay? But it was my first time seeing them live, and I hadn't really listened much to their stuff, so I didn't even know the fucking lyrics. But I got a picture with Satchel, a short video as well with him, and also a hug from Michael Starr, which we didn't fucking get on camera, which I'm like, ah. But yeah, it was really cool. Really cool guys, they're really nice. So, and Satchel, I mean, I managed to get him on an interview as well. So anyway, that was my craziest concert, I would say. Hello, YouTube. Oh my God, look at you guys. So many of you. I wouldn't let my daughters near Steel Panther. Okay, so didn't the Warning do something with Michael Starr? Like, I know the Warning fans were going crazy about Steel Panther and saying, keep those disgusting people away from the Warning. But they're really cool guys. Okay, their lyrics and stuff, they're whatever about women and they're not the best, but when you actually get to meet them, they are so down to earth. They are freaking awesome people. So yeah. Also, my daughter really likes Satchel too. So, and she's 10. Okay. Next question. Max Drumming. Do you have a favorite band? Steel Panther, you guys. 2024 and 2025. My most listened to artist on Spotify, most listened to band, Steel fucking Panther. Okay. So, in fact, I watched them live in July on 2024. And literally in a span of like the end of the year, those few months, they managed to go up right up to the top of my Spotify list. So I freaking love them. And some people are like, oh, they're a parody band. And just because their lyrics, they make fun of everything, but they are so freaking talented. You have to listen to them. Okay, so I hope I get you hooked onto Steel Panther. They're freaking awesome. And they're super nice. Okay, Sophia. Do you run or walk in your workout program? So I used to run, but the thing is, I'm a hard gainer. Okay, I struggle to build muscle, and it is very difficult for me. Like I have been trying to build my legs forever, and I don't like eating a lot. Like I'm a small eater, so in the past when I would run, the first place it would go from, like my muscle would disappear from, is from my legs. And it also made recovery very hard. I couldn't recover. I couldn't really push harder on leg day because I was still sore from all the running. So now I just walk. So my goal is like 10,000 steps a day. I try to hit that. Easy walking, nothing crazy. And I'll combine that with lifting 4 to 5 times a week. And that is what gets me results, the best results. I do miss the high from running, like it's a real thing. But sometimes I'll jump rope and I get that fix, so I'm good. All right, next question. What is your current weight and body fat percentage? So you guys, I don't really like the scale. I'm around 130 something pounds. And right now my body fat's a little bit higher because I'm in a building phase. So I'm like around 21, 22% body fat. I don't know. And then in the summer, I'll cut down to like 18, 19% body fat. But these numbers don't mean much to me because they're not very accurate. Okay, so the best way for you to check your body fat is actually, the most accurate is the DEXA scan, and it is fucking pricey. But it's definitely not those home scales or those things that are just being advertised everywhere now that show your body fat, because your scale weight, it just fluctuates so much depending on so many factors that have nothing to do with fat. So I just take this with a grain of salt. I like to measure my progress based on my pictures, like progress pictures. I do that, and also with how my clothes fit and how I feel, literally. So I do not care about the scale. In fact, I tell all my clients to ditch the scale. All right. Any more questions, you guys? There's so many of you. Hey, Steve, what's up? Is there any best takeaway from all the workouts you got from interviews? Well, I seem to relate a lot with the ones like Chris Daughtry, for example, who does exactly what I do. He lifts and he walks. So he stopped running as well for the exact same reason that I did. So I feel like I can relate a lot with these artists who kind of do what I do. Invite Angela Gossow for an interview. Yeah, she's definitely on my list. Did you see any of the Shiprock videos with Michael? No, I have not. I have not. I'm going to go check those out. I seen the food pyramid was turned upside down. Any thoughts on that? Yes, I do have thoughts on that. So if, in case you guys don't know, the food pyramid before had carbs on the top, and now it's got protein and vegetables on the top, and it's got like carbs for the most part at the bottom, so whole grains and stuff right down. I think it's great for someone who is not trying to build muscle. So if you just eat your protein and eat your vegetables, you'll be in great shape, I think. But for somebody who's trying to gain muscle, I think that carbs are quite essential in that sense, because carbs are basically fuel, right? Energy. They give you energy to do your workouts, to live. Your brain needs glucose, stuff like that. But and also, like, if you are going into a heavy intense workout, and this is for any kind of intense workouts, okay, whether it's lifting or like any kind of high rocks or any kind of high intensity workouts, you need fast fuel. And your body starts looking around thinking, what can I break down for fuel? And if you're not eating carbs because it's at the bottom of the food pyramid, then your body's going to start breaking down muscle and protein. So that is my only issue with that. But otherwise, for someone who just wants to stay healthy, I think it's great. So those are my thoughts. I hope I answered that question. All right, you guys, that is it. That is all. Any more questions? Look, there's someone called Shrimp in a Bathrobe. What's up? Okay, you guys, the next concert I'm going to is, I want to go for Epica, but I'm not sure if I can manage that with my 10-year-old. But I am going to see Alter Bridge and Chris Daughtry somewhere in the beginning of Feb. So I'm super excited. And I'm really hoping that I can catch Steel Panther this year because I missed them live last year. So hopefully. Polish fan club, Steel Panther. What is up? So yeah, I'm really hoping I can catch my favorite band, Steel Panther, this year. Send me all the good vibes. All right, you guys, have the best. You too. Have a great day. Ciao.